Good afternoon, everybody. It's January 6, 2024, and of course, the phone is wobbling as soon as I speak into it, but it wasn't wobbling just now when I was recording the radio frequency assault harassment of my birds. But as soon as I place it down on the stand to record a live video, the criminals are in my phone. But I've got a lot to speak about today. But before I do, my name is Lorraine. I moved from Manalapan, New Jersey, a home I lived in for 30 years as original owner, at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan. Yeah, I had one of the largest houses on the block until my neighbor built across the street. But on my specific block, I had the largest house, prettiest landscaping, according to most of the local landscapers. And again, I lived there for 30 years, so I built an addition on the house. I renovated the kitchen, gutted 2 bathrooms, actually 3 bathrooms, replaced all the bathrooms, renovated the garage, installed ceiling, fans everywhere. And there my birds are yapping up again. And then, of course, I became targeted. I'm considering it was around 2012. But in hindsight, it might have been as early as 2009. And of course, the Manalapan Police Department criminals were absolutely involved in my targeting and stalking, falsifying police reports, and more. Please hit the thumbs up. But I'm going to get into another form of censorship and organized stalking and complicit organizations and people that sell their souls, that have sold out, to censor government documents, to censor information that's been paid for. Okay? And who am I speaking about? I'm speaking about MuckRock. MuckRock Foundation. MuckRock claims to build tools in support of transparent and participatory democracy. The projects and services currently managed by the foundation include Document iCloud, MuckRock, FOIA Machine, and O-Transcribe. MuckRock Foundation fiscally sponsors Outlier Media, the Sigma Awards, the Center for Collaborative Investigative Journalism. Yeah, you're doing a great job. Investigative journalism, and the staff photography provided by Nepal of Bimal Photo Studio. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But contacting MuckRock. Most support queries can be directed either at info@muckrock.com for MuckRock and FOIA request support, or support at documentcloud.org for Document Cloud support, so that they can be routed to the person best equipped to answer them. Inquiries and editorial collaborations are best directed to news@muckrock.com. So why am I speaking about MuckRock? Some of you know, who've been following me for a while, I have filed FOIA requests. When I lived in Manalapan, New Jersey, I filed them at the local police department. They have a little booth there where you can hand deliver the requests, paper in writing. So I would complete all of those requests, and they were right down the block from me. I would deliver them, and they would stamp them, give me a copy. And then they would call me up when my request was filled, and I would go and sign for it and receive my copy of the request. When I moved to rural Kentucky, I no longer had the convenience of being able to file FOIA requests by walking into a police department. Through Helena Chorba, who is, rest in peace, she's targeted female who lived in Pennsylvania, and she was harassed by her local police department. Evidently, a married cop she was hitting on her, and she turned him down. So she became targeted because the married police officer had his feelings hurt, because somebody of the caliber of a civil engineer, single woman, homeowner, did not want the sexual advances of a married copper. Okay, so she became targeted, and subsequently she passed away a couple of years ago. But anyway, it was Helena who introduced me to MuckRock. MuckRock is an online FOIA request service. They actually do a pretty good job of your ability to file requests online and the availability of them to be a public record. There's nothing more important than asking requests of your police department, an organization, the FBI, whomever you're requesting government documents from, corporate documents, government documents, and having them a public record for several reasons. One, it's transparency. Two, is because there may be hundreds, dozens of other people who want the same information. And all they have to do is go to MuckRock and search in the search engine to see if that particular request has already been filed. And even if it's been filed, it may have not been filed in the same state. So you might want to file it on behalf of yourself, particularly if you're interested in information about yourself. I know that a lot of journalists file requests with MuckRock because they're doing a story. They want information. They want data. But for the most part, individuals are using MuckRock to file their FOIA requests online. You set up an account and you are required to pay a fee per request. If I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, I don't know what it is now. It was either $5 or $6 per request. And it stays there in your account so that you can download it, you can share the URL link, and you've got a copy there. But even more importantly than that is the fact that once it's there, your agency, your sheriff's department, your county lawyer, the FBI, whomever your organization has a limited amount of time to respond to it. And they respond to it, the information goes online so that people can see how they responded, when they responded, and if they are in violation of their city and or state FOIA laws. And every state has a period of time in which your FOIA request must be filled according to their law. Now, don't quote me on this. I don't know what it is for everybody, but MuckRock knows what it is. And what happens is, let's say I FOIA request our county lawyer here, right, Ross Murray, and I don't receive a response in the allocated amount of time. Let's say it's 15 days. Maybe it's 20, okay, whatever it is. If I don't receive a request, and let's say I'm busy and I forget to go back into my account and see if I received the request, MuckRock will, on my behalf, they have it already set up to send an automated response requesting the already requested information. And that is a public record. So you can see, when I filed requests with the Manalapan Police Department, there were dozens of follow-up requests by MuckRock because the Manalapan Police Department failed to acknowledge or fill my requests. So what happened was, and we can go into this another time too, I filed a complaint with the Attorney General here in Kentucky about our county lawyer, who seems to be handling the documents that the Sheriff's Department is supposed to handle on their own. And I'm using that word not loosely, handling. He seems to be handling the neighbors, handling the Sheriff's Department, when the Sheriff's Department is actually has a jurisdiction over the county lawyer. The county lawyer generally would report to the sheriff's office, not the other way around. So what happened was, the county lawyer sent me, not online, sent me a response to a FOIA request. He sent me a cover sheet with no attachments. And this is typical. I mean, I could name time and time again where he sends a cover sheet with no attachment. So meaning that the information I requested is not in the response. So when that happens, I sent another FOIA request, requesting the same information, worded a little differently. He responds, oh, we already filled this request on this date. I respond back, yeah, you did fulfill the request minus the information I requested. You gave me a cover sheet without the information I requested. I requested the name of the person who filed a complaint against me for burning trash in my burn pit in the middle of my field, which is nowhere near where the person who reported it lives. And we all know who that is, right? You know, the person who trespasses, puts no trespassing signs on my property, threatens my workers, and then trespasses my property across the street with whom else but Ross Murray, the county lawyer, the day before I was going into court with those people. So this goes on and on several times. Now, I know he claims he didn't receive my request, blah, 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 you know, on and on. So what I did was I cut and pasted in my response to him about not receiving the information a copy of a letter that I wrote to him that he also claims he never received. MuckRock claims that it was because of that letter that I responded to him by that they not only removed that request, but deleted my entire account of 41 FOIA requests, public records, that I requested and paid for. I wrote to this woman here, the Chief Operating Officer, Amanda Hickman. Here you go, folks. Everybody see her? Chief Operating Officer. This is her right here, Amanda Hickman. And then this is the co-owner here. And the reason I'm showing you these, because I'm going to show you next. So this is the co-founder, Michael Morrissey, Chief Executive Officer. He was previously an editor at the Boston Globe, etc. We won't go into his accreditations and stuff. So these are the two people responsible for removing my account. Okay? Now, they didn't have to remove my account, and I'll tell you why they did. So anyway, a couple of weeks before my account was removed, I filed a complaint, a long complaint with the Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, here in Kentucky. I filed a complaint against Ross Murray, the county lawyer, for violation of FOIA requests, trespassing my property, gaslighting me, psychological abuse, engaging in conflicts of interest, etc. And I provided all the evidence. I was then forwarded to the criminal division, and I provided the same information to the criminal division of Kentucky. The criminal division has never responded back to me. However, after they stamped my green card, after I received it back, I get an email from this person right here. Let me get it. This person right here. I don't know, is he sticking his middle finger up at us or something? I don't know, I'm confused. Operations and Support Specialist, Adrian Salzberg. He assists with customer support inquiries and processing public record requests. Okay, this is him. So my first contact with MuckRock, when they started deleting my account, was through this person. Because he was a support person, he claims that they were doing regular maintenance work, and they noticed that I violated one of their terms of service with the request to Ross Murray. When I saw what it was about, I disputed it and provided them evidence to the contrary. I was then forwarded to Amanda Hickman, this woman here, you know, this one up here. And during the time, I copied Michael Morrissey, who's never responded to me. I explained to Amanda what the issue was, and then I basically caught the county lawyer lying through the FOIA request process, and that she was deleting evidence that is being used in a criminal investigation here in Kentucky through the Attorney General. That didn't seem to bother her. In fact, she took it upon herself to not only delete, remove that public record that I paid for, but she deleted my entire account of 41 records. That's right, folks. Talk about MuckRock censorship. Okay? And the reason I'm bringing it to your attention is because I sent them a certified letter asking for reinstatement of my account for the following reasons that I'm discussing with you here. I mean, of course, it's much more. And I do have 2 or 3 other videos on this topic on my channel that I can link down below. But I sent them a certified letter. Oh, guess what, folks, they did? They returned it as undeliverable, returned to sender. They attempted it. They're not known, not unable to forward. Right? This is their address, MuckRock. Refused to sign for my certified letter. They refused to reinstate my account. And I'm going to show you more about MuckRock, just so that you know who they are, okay? MuckRock Foundation is a non-profit collaborative news site and public resource that brings together journalists, researchers, activists, and regular citizens to request, analyze, and share government documents, making politics more transparent and democracies more informed. Well, talk about hypocrisy and censorship, MuckRock. You deleted 41 government documents. MuckRock is committed to supporting engaging transparent journalism through projects like Document Cloud. Now, after they deleted my account, I wanted to look at their terms of service, right? But before I get into that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you how none of my documents are here. So this is a search for anybody who filed a request with the FBI. And I'm going to scroll down here. There are 297 pages of requests to the FBI of 7,419 requests. Okay? And I'm going to show you when I scroll up, because I filed a request with the FBI. I typed in my name here in the search, and my name is not here. In fact, my name is nowhere. So let's say I'm going to search here for, let me just do this. Manalapan Police Department. Okay, so here's one request. There's only one, because it's not mine, folks. This is 2013 from Sean, from this person. This is a public record. But there are no other records here for the Manalapan Police Department. Are you kidding me? I filed at least 3 or 4 requests with them through MuckRock, but they're gone. They're wiped clean. So MuckRock censors government documents. So everybody else out there that has been harmed by the Manalapan Police Department, there are no records here. Oh, and let's see what else we can search for. We'll search for the Jackson County Sheriff. Now, I filed at least a dozen requests here. So, here we go. Now, these are actually, I forgot to put Kentucky because there are other Jackson counties. Okay, so let me just type this in here. You see? Jackson County, Kentucky. No results. You want to know why? All the results, all the requests that were ever made of the Jackson County Sheriff's Department that were public record were made by me, and they're all wiped clean. You see? Here's the search. No records. Because all the records that I filed were wiped clean. So nobody can find the information that I requested. Some of it innocuous. I was just asking in one of them if they have a community watch group. But that's gone. I asked them about drones. That's gone. I asked for the signed witness statement at the county lawyers. It's all gone. Everything's gone. My request of the FBI, gone. 41 records gone. And MuckRock refused my certified letter. So, but I want you to know this, folks. I want you to hear this. It says, how long do you hold on to the documents? This is in their, their facts, the fact sheet. How long do you hold on to the documents? Digital documents we hold on to as close to forever if we can, since they are generally public documents paid for by the public. That's right. That's right. I paid for it, and I didn't get what I paid for. I paid for a public record, and all the public records were removed, MuckRock. I want everybody to know how you censor and delete accounts. It's one thing if you didn't like one or two of my requests. If one or two of them maybe remotely violated one of your terms and services, but not all of them, not 41. So you've got a copy, digital copy, forever of my records, and you won't post them online. It's one thing for you to delete my account so that I don't ever file again, but it's another to terminate the ones that I already filed for. And I will get a citizen journalist to do a report on this, because I want my documents reposted online the way they should be. Don't be a hypocrite, MuckRock. You're censoring information here. But I want all you guys to know, I want you to know how they really operate and who they really, really report to. So I'm going to their terms of service page, their code of conduct. Okay? I'm going to scroll down. Okay? Requests are for requesting information and not for stating or alleging unfounded allegations or making public accusations. Requests should include information that is useful to successfully searching for and reviewing the requested documents or data. Okay? Due to the public nature of MuckRock's service, MuckRock is not used for Privacy Act requests or for other requests seeking personal or sensitive information, even if the user is requesting information on themselves. Okay? Now I'm just going to skip through because I want to get to the juicy part. Now make note of this, folks. Previous requests on the platform regarding the topic of energy, directed weapons, touchless torture, gangstalking, and related subjects have proven to be disruptive to the site's operations, while not producing useful responses in the public interest. These requests are prohibited from the platform, and the requests may be embargoed, withdrawn, or deleted by site administrators. And just so you know, I did not file any requests for any of that information. None of it. Our services are not to be used as a tool for harassment, including for purposes of intimidation, causing intentional fear or injury to seriously or repeatedly annoy another, while serving no legitimate purpose, or to intentionally publish or cause to be published information of a private nature, such as a social security number, health information, etc. Now, I'm going to state for the record that Ross Murray, the county lawyer, he was using this service as a tool for harassment. Each time I requested the information that I FOIA requested, he responded that it was already sent over and over again, when in fact he only sent me a cover sheet without the information I requested. Gaslighting, harassment. He should have been reported. Yeah, well, I did report him. He's the one who is violating the terms of service, not me. So who does MuckRock really work for? Previous requests on the platform regarding the topic of directed energy weapons, touchless torture, gangstalking, and related subjects have proven to be disruptive to the site's operations while not producing useful responses in the public interest. Well, wait a minute, I beg to differ. Some of the most useful information that the public can be aware of is asking a request of an ABC company, of a sheriff's department, of police department, of a county lawyer, and them not responding. Or responding in a way where they are lying in a public forum. So I beg to differ. Why are you censoring, MuckRock, the ability to ask these questions of government, of public officials? What have you got to hide? Who's lining your pocket? Any question that people ask is useful to the public. What about all the people out there that are not sure what's going on with them? They go to your site for public transparency, government transparency, but you're censoring the information. You're censoring the ability to even request the information, let alone make it public. And if it does become public because of your oversight, well, then you will embargo, withdraw, or delete it by site administrators, like you did with mine. 41 requests that I paid for. And you owe me money. Now, I actually want my account reinstated. Or at the very least, those 41 requests should be reinstated. If you want to delete the one that Ross Murray continued to fail to respond to, and then, of course, it clearly states that his response time to my request is shorter, I should say longer, than is required, which is in violation of Kentucky FOIA request law. But go ahead, MuckRock. Engage in censorship. Government censorship. Yeah, you want to list all those requests to the FBI, but mine's not there? Why isn't mine there? I paid for it. I wanted it public. How come you didn't sign for my certified letter? What do you got to hide? Well, you're not hiding now. I'm making it public. How about that? So, yeah, MuckRock. And then they have the audacity to write here. Look at this, folks. How open is your government? Find out. Each state has its own laws about making documents, data, and other records accessible to the public. There are also separate public records laws for the federal agencies, the District of Columbia, and territories such as Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. MuckRock tracks how states impose exemptions that allow them to withhold records, how quickly each state responds, and other factors affecting government transparency. The data in this interactive database is drawn from MuckRock's database and from work by Miranda Spivak, an independent journalist who developed data and open government in collaboration with the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, students at Margate University's Dietrich College of Communication, and blah, 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 blah. Click on any jurisdiction to learn more about its laws and let us know what data you would like to see us start tracking, or if you see something that needs updating. We'll talk about hypocrisy, folks. I look forward to your questions and comments on them. Please let me know if you have ever FOIA requested through MuckRock. But I want to get on to some other things. I want to thank the individual that sent a donation to my cat rescue, Freya's Cat Rescue. This little drawing was painted by Sawlight on eBay. And thank you so much. I mean, I don't know who you are. I received the box of, I think it was 32 or 40 cans of cat food and some Greenies treats. Chewy.com is a partner, and we have a wish list there, so people who want to donate food can go to the wish list and send it to us through Chewy.com or send us a gift card, which I will apply to future auto ships that we have. But I received it. Thank you so much. It was such a nice surprise. I mean, I think you probably know by now that the Greenies box was damaged, and I had to reach out to Chewy for a replacement, which they did replace. I also want to let you know that 2 days ago, the criminals put me to sleep with radio frequencies. And when I woke up, I was implanted in the back of my ear, my left ear. And yeah, it's actually quite painful. I tried to remove whatever it is that they implanted me with. I had 2 cuts, 2 slices in the back of my ear, which I photographed, by the way. And then I showered. I tried to remove it. I felt like something actually moved out of my ear after my shower. And now I've just got this huge scab in the back of my ear. I just want to give you an update too. I want to show you what the criminals have been doing here. And it's not even funny. It's not even funny anymore. So I purchased, I've been using these since New Jersey. I'm going to show you. You maybe use these too. I purchased these ultra bright lights. They're little string lights. They're not LED. And I string them up here in my house. I'm going to show you. So I start here, and I go all the way, and you can see that the light's missing over here, right? Well, yesterday, the criminals blacked out all of those lights. And now somebody's going to say, oh, well, that probably just happened naturally. Well, first of all, the lights are only a few months old. I only use them at night. I don't use them during the day. They should last a couple of years. I've had lights like this that I've used at night, you know, for a few hours, last for 3 and even 4 years. But these are maybe less than 6 months old. And then I realized, you know, I always buy more than one. I figured these effers, you know, they love to damage the electronics. So I went to grab my new box. This new box here. And the box had been opened. Somebody opened the box. And when I unboxed it and plugged it in, guess what? Half of the lights were not going on. Exactly like this. Exactly. So I have to return it. But this is what the criminals do to me here in rural Kentucky. It's non-stop sabotage, financial loss, harassment. It's non-stop, unbelievable. And somebody's going to say, oh, but that probably just happened naturally. No, it's not happening naturally. And for the person who started a new account that when I posted my cat food dish with the X's and the triangles on it, oh, the cats probably scratched it. No, the cats didn't scratch it. My cats would be absolute geniuses if they knew how to draw a triangle and an X. Okay? With the preciseness of those fine lines when I cut my cat's claws. So please don't gaslight me. This has been happening to me for a long time. I know there's nothing wrong with me. This is a psyop. This is a psychological operation. Compliments of your tax dollars. Contract stalkers. The military. InfraGard. Once you get placed on a list, your name gets tossed around. You never know who it's going to be. Definitely a lot of witches here in Kentucky. A lot of evil, demonic psychopaths. that shouldn't even be involved in a government here. And also I noticed, you know, I live next to the county creek. And I was in the fields. I guess now it's about 4 days, let's see, since January 1st. January 1st, I go into my field to pick up any branches that have fallen down. And I pick up a bunch of branches. I bring them to the burn pit and I leave them there. A couple of them I'm probably going to keep for my birds to roost on. And then a couple of days later, I go to pick up the rest of the branches. And there is a dam built exactly in the same location where I picked up the branches. Where the water was flowing fine, this is now completely dammed up. Now, I'd like to think maybe it was a beaver, but it actually looks more like a human did it. So I sent a letter to the county judge on January 2nd, mentioning to him that over the last 2 days, either an animal or somebody else backed up the flow of the county creek. I was able to unlodge a couple of the branches to allow a very small portion of the water to flow through. Otherwise, my property would be completely flooded. He said he'd take care of it. Never heard back from him. Nobody's ever been here. And we had tons of rain overnight. I'm going to say we had at least 1.5 inches of rain last night. So I've got to get over there. When I do, I'll take a video of it so you can see this dam. You can tell me what creature, human or inhuman, built it. Anyway, I'm also seeking written testimony. Anybody that wants to write some information down, you can email me at alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. Please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, and share. It could be a paragraph. It could be 2 pages long. I have a testimony to read. Thank you so much. You know who you are, and I will read it eventually, soon. It's 19 pages long, so I'm going to scroll through it. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time to devote to reading all 19 pages. I'm going to do like a little test run to see how long it takes for me to read a page and see how long it might take for me to read the 19 pages. But it's fascinating, and he gives permission. I also have another theory that I'll go into another video from Rick on the conservatorship issue. It's a totally different theory based upon when we're born and upper and lowercase letters of our names and documents and social security numbers, etc. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome, newcomers. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading again. Welcome back to my channel, everybody else. And I also posted a couple of videos. There is a new moon solar eclipse coming on April 8th. It's going to be very significant. I've got to find out how long the eclipse will last in minutes. And what that is how long the eclipse will be seen in the sky, how long that eclipse will last. Sometimes it's a few seconds, sometimes it's several minutes, sometimes it's longer than that. Depending on how long the eclipse lasts, is indicative of the number of future events, how long those events will last, and the severity or importance of those events. But anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Hope everybody's doing well. Please remember to hit the thumbs up and share if you feel inclined to do so.